everybody. This is Frances Castnett at Eyce, President of the Houston East End Chamber of Commerce. It's an honor to welcome you to our business webinar. Today is September 15th, and we're very honored to have Savage Marketing join us again. You're in for a treat. Today we're talking about, are you missing the zero click? And it's true, if you are missing these clicks, that's a lot of revenue that you as a business owner, you as an employee are missing out there. So please make sure that you've got your paper and pen out there to take notes. This is going to be very great. And then remember that we are going to be hosting this on our website. If you have coworkers or other people that need to listen to this message, you can always direct them there so they can re-watch this wonderful presentation. It's my honor to introduce you to Alyce Eyster, Content Strategist of Savage Marketing. Hello, Alyce. How are you today?
Hi, I'm great. Thank you for having us today.
You're very welcome. And we're also going to hear from Aqil, Dhanani, and Aqil, I know before we started, I hear that you're in Canada and the weather there is much better than it is here in Houston. So feel free to send some our way.
Definitely will.
Great. Well, I'm going to turn it over to you, Alyce, for you to say the intro words and then start with our presentation.
Great. Thank you all so much for having us. We're excited to be a part of your webinar series again and to talk to you all about digital trends to drive business. Again, my name is Alyce Eyster. I'm a content strategist with Savage Brands, and I'm here today with my colleague, Aqil Dhanani. Aqil is a digital marketing assistant who provides directional, customer-focused marketing through branding, social media, and web presence. He's a local SEO specialist, and he's really gone deep into the latest SEO strategies and is a subject matter expert on zero-click search, what we're talking about today. As mentioned, we are a part of Savage Brands, which is a purpose-driven agency specializing in branding, marketing, strategic communications, and culture building. Again, we are thrilled to talk to you today about zero-click search, and our goal is for you to learn something today and get some great information and tips that you can take back to your business. So let's dive right into search. I would like you to think about, as we dive into this conversation about zero-click search, I want you to think about how many times per day you put something into the search bar of Google. How many times do you ask Siri a question or you pose a question to Alexa? I bet it's a lot. I know that it's a lot because I do it too. We all do. So I want you to think about how many searches you think Google performs in a second. Just come up with a number in your head. The answer, 70,000 search queries per second. That's nearly 6 billion searches per year. So the reason I tell you this is because it's just pretty amazing that we have this tool at our fingertips for our businesses. However, one of the most important things to know about this tool is that it has its limitations in that it is constantly evolving. Algorithms are constantly changing as data and habits or trends are used to inform search, so it's more intelligent. Also, Google optimizes results to make them hyper relevant to the searcher. So, old school SEO, like what you may be using as a marketing strategy on your website to drive traffic to your website, it's not quite as effective as it used to be. Enter zero-click search. Now, Google introduced this experiment recently with the aim to eliminate unnecessary results and to satisfy the user intent faster. So zero-click search refers to search engine results pages in which the answer to the question is in a box near the top of your page. So you don't need to take any further action. It's like your answer is right there. So an example might be, you ask, how old is the Queen of England? The answer in a box, 94 years old, and her picture. You got it right there at your fingertips. So today, we are going to talk about the importance of zero-click in capturing search traffic, why you need it, and we'll walk you through a tool and a case study. So now, I'm going to turn it over to Aqil.
Thank you very much, Alyce. Like you said, search engines are the default starting place for browsing on the internet. But with constantly changing ranking algorithms, it can be hard to ensure your customers will always be able to find you when they're searching. Originally, search engines ranked their results by backlinks. The more pages linked to your page, the more relevant it appeared to be, and the higher in your search the web page would appear. Then search engines looked at the words on your page and later the words behind your page, the metadata. The more words you had, the higher you would rank in searches for those words. But these systems of classification are easily manipulated. More recently, search engines have become more intelligent and look at the actual content on your site, not just the words, but the pictures and the links too. Using complex algorithms, these search engines could use their own criteria to determine how relevant your site was to a user's search. Of course, we can bypass this by just paying for keywords and buying our way to the top of search, but search engines have changed in a way that completely topples their previous model. Think about the last time you searched for something on Google. Maybe it was a place to eat. With the hours, the menu, directions, and reviews all on Google, you don't actually need to go to the restaurant's website. When you search for something and find what you're looking for without clicking on any of the results, that's what we call zero-click search. Zero-click search is becoming the new normal. I find that when I ask my Google Home a question and it says, look at the link on your phone for more results, 10 out of 10 times I don't look at the link on my phone for more results. The first answer is the only answer for many users, and we don't take the time or effort to dig deeper into our questions, even if that means going to your website or your business's website. So why is zero-click search becoming the new normal? One is expediency. If I can get the results I want in a split second, why would I spend any more time than that? But also, more importantly, Google doesn't want people to go to your website. Search engines have changed from directing users to where they can find information to just providing the information themselves. Because they control the traffic anyway, why shouldn't Google just keep those users, those eyes and those ad dollars for themselves? Zero-click searches aren't only good for Google, but they're also good for users, as up to 47% of searches today are zero-click searches. But unlike companies like Amazon, Google is only taking your web traffic and not your actual business. If you have a physical location, you can use this model of zero-click search to your advantage. The way that people search the web now, users, they're not seeing your website. Unless they scroll far past the fold, which is the area that you can see on your screen. And you know what they say? The safest place to hide a dead body is on the second page of Google. But with zero-click search, users don't even make it down the first page of Google. On a regular search, your customers will have to scroll past the curated information and advertisements, which can easily lead to your competitors. Find the information they're looking for on your site, then go back to Google to navigate to your business location. 67% of users use Google Maps for navigation. The next most popular app is Waze, and they're also run by Google and using Google's information. With zero-click search, customers are shown the exact information that they're looking for without even looking for it. This can include business hours, directions, contact information, menus for restaurants, product inventories for stores, and even service offerings. Because that path is so short between inquiry and visiting your location, there's less of a chance for your customers to find competitors or bounce completely. One way that Google has introduced to get this information in front of your customers' eyes is through Google My Business. Simply sign up, add the relevant information, and monitor and update as Google makes changes to their own site. If you have one location for your business and you don't change your operations or offerings ever, this is pretty easy. But as soon as you have more than one location, or a change in menu, or a remodel, or a change in hours, what starts as a simple setup can become a constant, tedious struggle to keep up with Google. If you're growing, this can take up a detrimental amount of time, and one slip up can mean the loss of potential customers. Plus, any changes to your business would need to be updated on Google, on your website, and on any other communication avenues you have separately, turning a small drop of a change into a massive tidal wave. But you already have a website. What if you could leverage your website to work for you and pull in those zero-click searches? We already know that 47% of search traffic results in 0 clicks, so those people aren't visiting your site. But an estimated 37.9% of visitors to your site are robots from these search engines. For every 50 humans visiting your site, there are an additional 19 bots scanning your site for information that they can deliver to your potential customers. That's right, these bots are helping you. To make the best use of this bot traffic and zero-click searches, you need to make sure the bots can actually read your site. When the bots come to your site, they're looking for information they can give to your customers too. This can include your location information, your contact details, hours of business, product information and menus, photos of your business, and other information people might be searching for. But as search engines become more advanced and as Google hoards more of the world's traffic, these bots are going to be looking for more and more information. Just because humans can read information on your site, that doesn't mean the bots can. The way that bots find this information on your site is through structured data, now called rich results. You could have all the information that the bots are looking for and more, but if it's not structured correctly, your site is as good as empty. Without structured data or rich results, the bots have nothing to bring back to their search engines, which means your site will only show up in organic results, far below where most of your customers are willing to look. Even if the site has the information and it's readable to people, those people won't even find your site in the first place. When you properly structure your data, it can be read and organized by a search engine bot and can be properly displayed on the search page. By structuring your data properly, search engines can populate all the features they put before other results with information from your site so that your customers can find it instantly. However, these features are changing all the time, and search engines are always looking for more information to display. And sometimes they change their rules for structured data. Keeping up all these updates can be a hassle for your team. That's why we're offering our Mobilisoft platform. With this platform, you only need to enter each location's data once. The platform will then create a page for each location featuring all the information for your human viewers and the robots, while simultaneously sending structured data to the search engines. There's no need to play catch up with Google. Our platform will also handle all of your locations at once, so you don't need to set up Google My Business for each location. Any changes you need to make to the entire business, you can make in one place. Any changes you need to make to a single location, you make those in the same place. And Mobilisoft's backend is constantly talking to search engines, so you're always up to date. We recently had the opportunity to deploy this new platform with Workforce Solutions here in Houston. Workforce Solutions has 37 offices around the Houston-Galveston area, where they help tens of thousands of Texans find work through career matchmaking and education. With record rates of unemployment in the United States and entire industries upended, Workforce Solutions provides an opportunity for Texans to quickly get back on their feet and back into financial security in these unprecedented times. However, you can only benefit from what Workforce Solutions has to offer if you can find them. It can be incredibly difficult to manage information for 37 locations, especially with a team of only 3 partners. And with people searching in different places, it's not enough to manually keep information up to date in one place without updating it on every other platform where people can find you. Workforce Solutions needed a way to keep up to date with SEO and reviews, while still keeping their locations prominent in local search. They needed Texans in the Houston-Galveston area to find their nearest location quickly and easily on any device. So we configured Workforce Solutions on the Mobilisoft platform, a single place where they can manage all of their locations, all of their listings, as well as optimizing local SEO. Mobilisoft offers a platform where you can manage all of your locations centrally. Having all the locations on one platform allows you to make bulk edits. For example, if all of your locations have holiday hours coming up, you can make the change to all the locations at once. If your locations in a certain area are closing, you can apply that change to just locations in a specific area. All these location figures can also be distributed. So you can manage all your locations centrally, but you can also give some or all control to your location managers. In Mobilisoft, you can add location information, contact information, opening hours, images, services, local descriptions, anything that will help your customers find you. And all the information inputted into Mobilisoft automatically populates a custom location page for your website. Where customers come to your site, this page will allow them to find nearby locations and get the information they need at a glance, and even filter results by what services they're looking for. Each of the locations listed on this page links to an automatically generated custom location page. These location pages reiterate the local information, location, contact information, as well as service offerings, and even inventory, and also displays nearby locations. So if one location is closed or doesn't offer a certain service, users can easily find another nearby location to fit their needs. All the information that you add to the platform is automatically pushed to the listings you have across the web using rich results. For Workforce Solutions, since we've connected Google Maps and Facebook, all the information we add to Mobilisoft is automatically put into the business listings of Google. This includes all the location and contact information, images, and links. But it also includes local promotions. The use of rich results assists in optimizing for local search results, making sure Workforce Solutions is seen by the customers who need it. But the pipeline goes both ways. Mobilisoft also pulls reviews from the connected sources such as Google and Facebook and puts them together so you can address all of them. On this platform, you can respond to your reviews or triage, comment, and tag them and send them to other team members to respond to, such as location managers or department heads. Our research shows that responding to reviews, both positive and negative, can increase your web-to-store business by 30%. You can also create canned responses in a library on Mobilisoft. This way, anyone responding to reviews can choose between on-brand responses to common comments. I'm sure you've seen some companies who respond to every comment with, "Thank you for your comment. Please email us directly." You can avoid these types of robotic responses by not only tailoring your messaging centrally, but allowing local representatives to implement the responses. And by creating a library of responses to choose from, you can save time on language training for your local managers. Mobilisoft combines data from all the connected platforms to show how many people are finding your locations online, who's calling, emailing, or visiting your website from a location listing, and even an estimation of how many people are coming into your physical location from your online listing. Since all your locations and listings are in one spot, you can also easily compare how locations are performing against each other. In fact, Mobilisoft compares your locations for you, so you can see which have the best and worst reviews, which have the highest and lowest traffic. And you can use this info to improve all of your locations. Finally, you can create a campaign library for local promotions. Because your business already has real estate on these search engines, maps, and social media, you can create and run promotions without the additional cost of ads. You can create and deploy these promotions centrally, or let your local managers add promotions from your library to their own locations. Create the campaigns the same way you'd make any other ad, with images, headlines, and CTAs. These will show up directly on your map listing, business page on social media, and location pages automatically with a schedule you can define. In summary, we helped Workforce Solutions manage their 37 locations all in one platform. Since they're all in one place, their team could easily update locations across search, social media, and maps in a single click. They can update individual locations, regions, or different service offerings. Using rich results, Their listings are automatically updated and, thanks to the Mobilisoft team, are constantly updated with Google's changes. SEO is always optimized and only needs to be updated when information about a location changes. Using Mobilisoft campaigns, Workforce Solutions is able to use online real estate that they already have to promote their services with engaging ads. And using Mobilisoft's content library, Workforce Solutions is able to manage ratings and reviews in a way that's personal, local, and on brand. This is what Workforce Solutions has been able to use the platform to do. And we have dozens of other clients around the world that use Mobilisoft to leverage zero-click search to increase their local in-person business. And we hope that you'll be able to use this platform to increase your business here in Houston as well. So thank you for attending our presentation.
You all have learned today that search is always evolving and changing, and you've learned about zero-click and how this might be a part of your digital strategy. It's a lot to keep up with. Are tools and strategies that can help you along the way because you're busy running your business, and it's a lot to keep up with, and you just don't have the time to stay on top of it all. So I hope you've learned something new today through Aqil's presentation. Thank you for having us, and we're happy to answer questions.
We've got one question here, Alyce. Is this software free?
Ooh, can you answer that, Aqil?
So the platform that we're offering, because it manages all your locations centrally and we have a team across the world that is constantly updating it, unfortunately, we cannot offer this service for free. However, I did mention Google My Business and Rich Results. There are free tools available online that you can increase your local SEO for 1 or 2 locations at a time using the free tools.
Wonderful. And this is a great question. You know, everyone is pivoting during COVID-19. Everyone needs to be on a digital platform and sell products online. And for small businesses that don't have a large budget, how would they manage something like this? I believe that now is the time to really invest in something like this. And so how would you address something like a question like that?
Alyce, do you want to take? Oh,
you take that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, we're all tightening our belts during this time, and I think any small steps that we can take to increase our business, especially if we're relying on a physical location where maybe there's restrictions, maybe there's closures, any small steps that we can take are, well, we need to take them. It's not an expensive service. It's not, because you're managing the locations yourself, it's not going to be as expensive as having managers for you. So you can talk to the Savage Brands team, and we can discuss further based on your particular situation a reasonable price. But like I said, there are free tools available to sort of get your foot in the door and get started and keep bringing those customers to your physical location.
Thank you. And another question here is there such a thing still as organic growth anymore?
I can take that one. Yes, there is. And we are constantly, with our clients, we're constantly analyzing their websites and looking at keywords and which keywords are coming up higher. And then we integrate those keywords into our content strategy on our website. So it's really something, you can keep on top of it monthly, you can keep on top of it weekly, as much time as you want to spend on it and give to it, you can. So.
Great. Another good question here is, you mentioned a website specifically, but how is social media impacted by this?
So what we're presenting today is how to leverage your website. But like I said, this platform can also connect to Facebook because people are now finding more businesses on Facebook. This is specific to the physical location where you can have a listing on social media, and keeping those listings updated is the best possible thing you can do for your business.
Good. And if someone's just getting started and there's no such thing as books anymore, but are there any classes that you guys offer in addition to being a client? Are there, paid webinars that you guys or sessions that you have?
I would say we have our contact information on the last slide, and just connect with us and we can address that.
Good. We'll put that last slide up if you don't mind, Talia. And then one other question, which I know, ballparking the cost, return on investment, things like that. We'll contact you directly to get those information. But what kind of trends are you seeing right now on a website that if you were to put it in a priority, do this step first, this step second, what would that be? What would the first thing that you would recommend us doing?
Go ahead, Aqil.
Yeah, so the trend that we're seeing is that people aren't going to the website anymore. So the first step that I would suggest taking is making sure that people can find you and find the information that they need about you without visiting your website. So making sure that your search engine listings are up to date, making sure that your social media is up to date, because people increasingly are just not visiting individual websites anymore.
And right now during COVID, I see a lot of businesses that are not updating their social media pages on a daily basis. And some posts have been, the last one was in March or in April. So I truly agree with that if they're not on there, then no one's going to find them and they're going to just assume that they're closed. There's a wonderful restaurant here in the neighborhood that I know it's open, but other people don't because there's nothing on their website or on their social media platform. So you're right. It's so important to do that.
I have to say on that note, that's where you can go. I mean, this tool is great for 2 locations or more, right, Aqil? But you can go into Google My Business, small businesses can go into Google My Business and edit that information. You can add posts, you can add video. So there's lots you can do there. So it's right at your fingertips too.
I'm ready to start doing it for some of our members too, because that's just very important for them to do right now. If there was another second step after they've edited their profile and did the search engine words and started fixing their Facebook, what second step would you recommend them taking?
I would say definitely make sure all their social profiles are up to date. Mm-hmm. And continue to communicate all of that open information, since the pandemic on social profiles. And to, I think we talked about this in the last webinar, it's easy to get overwhelmed with social media and all the channels that are available out there, but I would say really focus on one, especially if you're a small business or if you just don't have the time and the resources. Everyone's stretched right now. Find the one where your customers are and focus on that one.
Good. Any closing remarks, anything that we haven't asked that you want to make sure that the folks are listening to, other than getting in contact with you? Any words of encouragement, any closing remarks? And we'll start with you, Aqil.
Well, I just want to thank everyone again. Those of you watching live and those of you watching in the future. We are living in changing times, but thankfully tools and technology are developing fast enough that businesses are able to keep up as long as we are aware of the tools that are available.
Good point. And how about you, Alyce?
I don't think I have any. Just thank you for having us. We've really enjoyed it, and we appreciate being a part of this. So thank you.
You're welcome. And remember, everybody out there, if you're not getting those clicks by doing some of these easy steps, you're missing a lot of revenue, and that revenue could be the cost of services like this. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. Make sure that you share this with other folks that may need these helpful tips. Give them a call. That call doesn't cost anything, and it could help your business. We wish you a great day, and we'll be back here next Tuesday for our next business webinar. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.